Yeah, the frequency's not in use. I've been listening for a while. If there's any emergency traffic, please call 911. Can't do that, get on the air and tell us, and we'll call it for you. Just make sure to give us the address. I mean, break in at any time for an emergency call. For information on the internet, you can go to YouTube right now and look on, put in the search block my call, K4PEW. It'll bring up what I think they call it a premiere, and I don't normally do that. Look at it myself. Or you can go to see me if that was your so desire, to see net control working, so to speak, here in the heart of Mount Juliet at the ski lift. You can go to Facebook and just put in the MJ Simplexton, MJ space Simplexton in the Facebook site, if you're not already a member of that little group. Or you can go to 146415.net and look up information on Simplex and what it's all about if you're not familiar with it. It has some interesting, I think, useful information. Not super technical. It also has, you can go to groups.io and put in K4, MJSS, just MJSS, Mike Juliet, Sierra Sierra for Mount Juliet Simplex Society. And get our, you can, if you want to, you can join our group, or you can just look and see what our net schedule is. We trade information on technical information on equipment that's being sold. And it's a good site. Put about 200 people in it. That's the beauty of that one, is it's a great place to buy and sell equipment and get technical information. We normally meet at 8 p.m. every Wednesday and Saturday night. Of course, tonight's Saturday night, so tonight we're doing the net on 146.415. Moving on to, after that, we're going to 144.240 upper sideband, and then over to 50.135 on 6 meters. That's upper sideband, 50.135. And then on to FM 223.415. So it's a night full of nets. We've already completed 3 on DMR, D-Star, and C4 FM. Let's see what else. Hold on. Oh yeah, and also don't forget about the net on Sunday nights at 7:30 p.m. 7:30 p.m. Another, I say another because we have 2 10-meter nets, the one on Wednesday and then the one on Sunday night. Michael does the one on Sunday night on 28.415, moving over to 28.415 upper sideband, and then over to 29.415 FM, and then on to 223.415. Wrapping up our, it doesn't really wrap out, that really starts the week's nets, which we do 10 or 11 or something. I don't have any other announcements. Cave City was today, so if anybody has any good experiences from Cave City, I talked to one person and they seemed to be happy about the event, but didn't sell much. Anybody have any other announcements? Was it a Kerchunk announcement? All right. I don't have any other announcements. Our next breakfast is next Saturday morning at Golden Corral, 8 a.m. because that's what time the doors open. You don't have to be there at 8. We don't really have a meeting. I was thinking maybe we'd have somebody bring in a short presentation. I haven't figured out what that is yet, so I'll let you know. Or at least bring in something that's of interest to the group. Let's see. Any other, let's see, the announcements? No other announcements, no other nets. And tonight we're in net number 982. We're going to be starting from the south, but first we're going to take check-ins from short on time, mobile, or first-time check-ins. So please come now.
KE4TWR mobile.
Ah, very good. Good to have you in there, Wes. You didn't go to Cave City today, did you?
No, I didn't. Everybody in the house has the flu but me, so I'm up to my ears here. KE4TWR.
Man, that's more snot than I care to deal with.
Yeah, I think I heard something last week. All right, all of that, KE4TWR.
Very good. That's Wes, Kilo Echo 4 Tango Whiskey India, and he's mobile tonight. Who else? Who else is well, not anywhere. Who else is mobile, short on time, or first time checking? All righty, then we're going to move on. We're going to start from the south then. Please come now. Man, you're first in line. How you doing, Tony?
Hey, that's the way it should be,
right? Yeah. I think we got that whole that DEI going, man, the equity thing going.
Yeah, whatever that
is. Very good. Anything good for the net today? Tony, he's in Smyrna with a big signal, KF4KFQ. Who else is from the south. Please come down.
K4TYJ.
Hey, Jimmy, what's up?
Not much. Just another wonderful Saturday. How about y'all?
Oh, yeah, it was pretty good. A little overcast, but that doesn't bother me at all.
Yeah, I mean, either woke up in a nice, the nice ground cloud cover, so to speak, around the hills. I mean, yeah, almost remind me of the Smoky Mountains.
You know anybody interested in I think it's an 85 Harley?
What model besides Harley? Kind of model?
I'm not sure I know it. I'll think of it in a second. Robin has it. He was getting rid of some of his ham equipment, getting rid of all of his ham equipment. And the widow also mentioned it, showed him a couple of motorcycles. One of them was a Suzuki, and the other one was I think he said it was an 80. I forget what it was now. Cylinders, machines from 85 or something.
Well, you may have a model number and what they're looking to get out of it, or something. That'd be good.
All right, I'll make a note there for you. Motorcycle. All right, sounds everything good for you?
Oh yeah, doing well. Doing as well as we expected. Just busy, that's all.
Yeah, what's the beauty of that is eventually that busy ends and you get to retire.
I know it's not too far down the road now. We kind of see the light at the end of the tunnel. It's a little dim right now, but we have it in sight.
Well, for what it's worth, it really comes along in some ways too soon. I mean, I've been retired since what year was that? 2000 and holy mackerel, 2009 technically. Yeah, 2009.
Yeah, that is the ways. I'm at least 2 more years, so that's what we're kind of planning on right now.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't realize you'd be that close.
Oh yeah, I am.
Awesome. So you're going to retire before you collect Social Security?
No, I plan to collect Social.
Oh, okay, I wasn't sure. I didn't know you were 60. For some reason, I thought you were lower in the 50s, like 56 or something. But that might have been the last time you told me.
That might have been 5-6 years ago. That's right. Now I am 60.
Okay, you hit the big 60. Well, I'm hitting the big 7.5 this year.
Yeah, you have a head start on me. That's okay. You can. That's fine. But yeah, I'll let somebody else get in there and say hey to you. Enjoyed it, and always look forward to it. K4TYJ.
Very good. That's Jim in Woodbury. Kilo Echo 4 Tango Yankee Juliet. Who else is south?
Kilo Echo 4.
Oh, Larry, you sound pretty decent today in spite of the hash. You doing all right?
Yeah, doing good. Are you a 49 model?
Am I? Yeah, I'm a 49 model. June of 49.
Yeah, you just a few months ahead of me.
Yeah, that's all right. We'll all reach the. I hate to be grim about it. Yeah, it doesn't last. You don't stay. At 49 gets farther and farther back. Very good. That's Rockvale, Kilo Echo 4 Sierra Yankee Victor. He does the D-Star net on Saturday nights at 7:15. Who else is south? Over to the east.
KM4YRF.
All right, KM4YRF. Have you checked in before?
I think once or twice.
Yeah, very good, man. You're such a big signal. I'm glad I do not put my headphones on fully for this part for this net, unless I have to.
I got you.
So you hoping to put that tower up this week if the weather holds up?
No, but I'm hoping that tomorrow, if the yard is not too soggy, I get the new top put on it.
Oh yeah, that would be helpful too. Well, very good. Yeah, because right now it's Rube Goldberg, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you. Anything else for that, Mike?
Paul, I reckon that's it. I'm practicing up on the code, and I hope I finally get there.
Yeah, I'm still frustrated by my results. I gotta do better.
Yeah, me too. It's been a while since I've done it, so I'm playing catch up right now.
Yeah, no. Well, I'm gonna stick with it. I'm not gonna give up. All right, that was Mike. Kilo Mike 4 Yankee, Romeo Foxtrot. He is here in Mount Juliet, a couple of miles east. He also fills in for me when I'm not around, or lazy, or out of town.
Hey, Bubba, Lima Charlie, Logan and Leather.
Hey, hold on, Logan. You were doubling, but obviously by Carrie in there first. What's up, Carrie? Yay. You're raising your hand when you...
Yeah, just trying to get in here and say hello.
Yeah, very good. Everything going well for you?
Wish it warmed up a little bit earlier today than what it did.
Yeah, it's all good. You know, got to take with the good with the bad. You know that.
Absolutely.
We're living in Seattle.
No.
If you like, I guess it's a good place to be.
I just saw a video a few minutes ago that they posted a little bit earlier tonight that they've got 100-mile-an-hour winds and blizzard conditions in California right now.
Yeah, I saw a blurb on the weather earlier today, and it said they could get as many as 10 snow someplace on the West Coast. I didn't see where it was.
Yeah, somewhere up in the Sierra Nevadas.
How in the heck do you get 10 feet?
Last I heard was 4 feet.
Well, I don't know who they probably got the AI putting 40 feet up there.
Well, yeah, but anyway, that's too much snow for me. That's for your folks up that way.
Ah, well, I'm not a skier, so it's no big deal to me. But it's once they clear the roads, it's pretty out. It's pain to get anywhere though. Anything else for the net there, Kerry?
Yeah, negative. I'll put it this way: anything that's below 70 degrees, it's time to turn the heat on. That's kind of where I am. KK5S, I'm out of here.
Yeah, very good. I think I heard Logan in there. Logan, give me your call again. I know it's LLC, but I forgot the first two numbers.
It's for LLC.
Yeah, I should have remembered that, but I didn't. I haven't heard. You know, it's funny. Your ears must be burning, not because I was talking about you, but because I was going through. I was just looking at the Facebook, and I saw your picture, and I guess it's your girlfriend.
Yeah, that's her.
Okay, very good. No, nice looking couple. But I was saying Logan in a while to myself. So you must have heard me thinking.
Yep. I was moving the antenna around. It's up in the attic right now, so I was hoping it was getting out okay.
Oh yeah, you're doing it. You got good audio. I wasn't looking at the screen there, but I'll hear it on the next see it on the next transmission.
Yeah, copy that. Yeah, I was just, I was fooling around out here, and I figured I'd jump on the net tonight and see how it was doing.
No, it's doing great. You're S7 to me from the attic.
That's a good deal. It's better than it's ever been.
What is the what antenna are you using in the attic?
It's a MSJ. It's a ground plane. It's older, but it does good.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Don't talk about older, man. I'm still pretty good.
Cover that.
Yeah, very good. Everything going good for you?
Everything's good on this end, and hope everything's good for you as well. That's all I got. And that's back to you. N4 LLC.
Very good. What grade are you in now, Logan?
I'm a junior, 1-1.
Ah, okay, very good, very good. Those were good years. I like those years when I was your age.
I copy that. I'm just enjoying all that.
Oh yeah, and I do say enjoy it. Well, of course, you got to put in the work, though. I think you know that.
Copy that.
Very good. That was Logan, and it's November 4, Lima Charlie, and he's in Lebanon with a ground plane in his attic for reasons unknown. That's a good way. If it works, I'm happy. Who else is east? Kevin, wake up. Up to the north. Forget Kevin. Who we got north? Please come now. Man, we got nothing in the north. East or north? It wasn't too good. Now we got 3 on east. That's right. North is nothing. How about west?
KO4 OTV.
Yeah, you guys are just messing with me, aren't you? How you doing, Joel?
I'm good. Man, I couldn't believe nobody came from the north.
Oh, that's all right. You know how the northerners are.
Oh, yeah, I'm one.
Northerner with the southern accent. Is that what you got?
Yeah, I lived here pretty much all my life. But yeah, I was born in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and moved here when I was about 5 or 6.
Yeah, good old Milwaukee, man. What's besides beer? What's Milwaukee famous for?
Harley Davidson.
There you go. I just wish that they would figure out what they're going to do with themselves, building electric bikes. Was it insane?
I think they'll be better off, which I don't know, with the bikes than they would the cars. I mean, it probably wouldn't take as long to charge.
No, and I'm guessing because, well, I don't know. I wouldn't know that. I just know that it's obviously going to add weight to it, though.
I would say.
Yeah, I did. You didn't see that meme, did you? I don't know if anybody else did, and I have to find it. But it's, what if we all lived in a world where there was nothing but EVs, and somebody came up with something called, it would only take 5 minutes to fill the tank with gasoline, and it would go almost 300 or 400 miles on a single tank, and you could fill. What would we think?
Or some kind of transmission that you could manual, all the way through the gears. Even like if you're climbing a hill, that would help as well.
Yeah, no, it's just funny because that thing is, it ain't going to work out in the short term, at least. I'm not sure I'll see the end of it at 75 at this year. So.
Well, I can tell you this. I've owned a lot of old trucks. I still own one that's almost 50 years old. I guarantee you won't see any 50-year-old EVs running around.
No, they're being towed.
Exactly. They'll be, I mean, it's, and I get it, man. If you live close to wherever it is you work and you can make an EV work out for you, that's fine. But the agenda pushing it onto the public was the dumbest thing ever and especially, having all of the big three, jump on board with the EV thing, that nobody even wanted to begin with. And then they spend all these just billions of dollars and trying to push it on everybody was probably one of the stupidest attempts at trying to push something on the public I've ever seen.
Yeah, I say forget buying I don't have anything against Elon Musk, but forget buying that stuff. Just go out and get you, if you're that close to work, get a golf cart, man.
I mean, you can just pedal, I mean, I got a guy that works with us. We park at the stadium and we ride with another guy over to the bar over there where we're wiring it up. And he's got, if he shows up late, he has this fold up electric e-bike that he pulls out of his trunk and he just rides right on over across the river on. And it works out perfect for him. So at lunchtime, when he needs to get something to eat, he can just pull that thing out and ride over, get him something to eat or whatever. And then he just rides that thing back across the river and works out great for him. And I can see in situations like that, it's being very feasible. But I mean, I could never make it work. I mean, I would forget to plug that stupid thing in the evening, in my garage or whatever. Because I spend, I don't know, 300-400 miles a week easily, driving back and forth to work.
Well, I think that the EV, if you're going to do that, and it's a short distance, because what is that, 3/4 of a mile?
It might be a mile, maybe, but I think on a full charge, he gets like, I don't know, 27 miles or something like that, or maybe right over 30, somewhere in there, which is decent, for what it is. But yeah, he doesn't go far.
Why does he just get a fold-up regular bicycle and save all that money?
I think he got a deal on that thing. I don't think he paid, but I don't know, $275 for this thing. It's nothing real fancy, but it does good, and that's what he rides around on. He's a young kid too, but he's got a car, but he just puts that in the in the trunk with him just in case he needs it.
Yeah, yeah, that's, I don't know. I just don't see the value in. I had a friend of ours had one. We were up in Long Island. She bought an electric bike. She paid. It wasn't a small sum either. It was, I forget how much it was, $1,200 or something. I don't remember. I said, nah, I'll just use a bicycle.
Yeah, me too. I'd be the same way. I'd rather just use a bicycle. But yeah, if I had to spend $1,200, yeah, we're going to go a different route. But yeah, he got a good deal on it. I don't know where he bought it, if he bought it new or not, but I don't think he spent more than $300 on the whole package, the charger, the whole 9 yards. So he come out smelling like a rose, which is nothing fancy, and it probably does about, I don't know, 17 or 18 miles an hour or something like that, I think he said.
Yeah, no, it's pretty cool. You'll probably like it until he sees how much it costs to replace the battery in a year or so.
Oh yeah, you're probably just better off buying another one.
Anyway, anything else for the net?
That that's it for me, Paul. I'll see y'all on 6KO4 OTP.
Very good. That's Joel up in the west of Ashland City. Kilo Oscar 4 Oscar Tango Victor. Big signal. Who else is west?
KG4 ILD, Jack and Donaldson.
Are you hearing some noise out there like I am?
Yeah, it's kind of rough.
I wonder if it has anything to do. What could it possibly be? Because we haven't always had that.
I'm blaming the helium.
Could be, but it's shut down.
It's still putting that some RF.
Maybe I left the motor running.
Well, hey, I was thinking about those people out there in the Sierra Madre Mountains with 10 feet of snow and their Teslas. Wonder why they won't start up. You couldn't have one in weather like that.
I can't imagine it. I mean, are they going to? I guess they are making SUVs. They're making them for soccer moms, I guess. They're not going to be making them for the mountains.
I think Joel's right there. You're not going to see him in the,
No, I was talking about this earlier. I saw an article. I forget where what it was talking, but it was talking about the New England, the people in the business in New England, and they were saying they're going to need. I think it said $1 billion a year for the next 25 years to get in better shape as we grow in using electric vehicles. And you go, well, wait a minute. They said that our electric grid needed work 15, 20 years ago, and we're still not doing nothing. And then they said we need electric vehicles, knowing full well, I guess, that the electric grid isn't a good.
I don't know. I think they ought to go to hydrogen cars myself.
Well, they say they're working on that right now.
Well, good. Well, listen, man, hope to see everybody at the breakfast Saturday. KG4 ILD, I'm clear.
Very good. That's Jack. He's in Donaldson. Kilo Golf 4 India Lima Victor. Who else out there?
Kilo Delta 4 Charlie Victor Echo.
Hello, Grit. That's an electric flashlight.
I got a bunch of flashlights.
I do too. It's always good in an emergency. I found that out when I had that tornado, man. I was able to keep in good shape with flashlights.
Yeah, I'm a real geek. There's a lot of stuff that come with the same rechargeable battery. 650 is the number on the battery, and I've got all kinds of flashlights and other radios and backup radios that all work on the same battery. So now I have a bunch of those batteries and the chargers. This is all for my go bag.
Yeah, a guy I knew up in Western New York. I don't know if he has it. I was just looking on his website to see if he had it on here, but he had like a hobby of evaluating, and even going to light emitting diode conventions and trade fairs, and he even gave a couple of demonstrations locally, which were the most boring things I ever attended. And he even made his call, Kilo 2 LED.
Yeah, that's no good.
Anyway, he was quite the guy, but he's got a pretty neat. I haven't looked at his site in years, so I noticed he's pretty nice pictures of his station and his equipment. Looks pretty nice. He's got the Electcraft and some other stuff in, or maybe it's all Electcraft. Pretty stuff.
Well, good deal. I'll let the next one check in. KD4 TV.
Yeah, very good. That's Greg, Kilo Delta 4 Charlie Victor Echo. He's in the big city of Antioch. Who else is west? West or anywhere? West or lollygaggers, lurkers, and sandbaggers?
KI4NDN.
All right. I think there was 2 people in there, or let me qualify. 2 sandbaggers or something.
Oh, okay, Mr. Paul. Good evening, sir. Not sandbagging, just late. Had you on the other side of the room and finally decided to get over here and just give you a good quick call and say hi to everybody on the net. Good evening, sir. KI4NDN.
All right, very good. Everything going okay for you?
Yes, sir. It's going just as well as could be expected. Of course, everything's okay at the moment. So I appreciate what you do, sir. And except for right to you, Mr. Paul. Good doing your net, and talk to you later. This cowboy at the end. Read.
Yeah, very good. That's David in Reedyville. Kilo India 4 November, Delta November. Anybody else? Lollygagger, lurker, or sandbagger?
KD4, Major Town Bethpage.
Ah, very good. You skipped out on the north sector, right?
Well, I didn't know you did it already. I was listening to you on the west. I thought, well, it'll come around to the south and the east and then hit the north. Apparently you did. You maybe started at the north. I don't know.
No, we started from the south. I already went when I called out north. I got nothing. I just figured all the northerners went away.
Now, Hamfest, that's what's wrong. Everybody had to get up to be up there. I think it opened what? I don't know which time zone that was in. I don't know if, I know 65 goes pretty hard east there, up towards there. Glasgow, so I don't think it went that far east. But, oh well, anyway. They're all in bed sleeping from getting up and driving up there for the Hamfest today. That's what the problem is.
Could be. Did you buy anything you liked?
I didn't go. To me, Hamfest for me during the year, I go to, usual thing I would go to too, the Xenier, that's how you say it, former Dayton, Ohioan, the Great Diggy, and then I go to Huntsville. That's usually one in the spring, one in the fall, and that's enough for me. And I hadn't been back to the, what they're still calling Dayton, Xenia, or however you pronounce it, Ohio is where it's actually at now. And I haven't been back to that one in quite a while, and I've just basically been going to Huntsville. It's a moderate size one. You know, I go down there and I look at all the new stuff, and I walk through everything, and I get little things like connectors and things like that. And that's basically about it. And then I come on back home. So I don't know. But no, I didn't go to Cave City at all. But that's what I would say is why there's slacking in here right now. They're all worn out from having to get up and get on the road around about 4:30 there because it's like a half day event. I think it opened it. So I was on the website last night and I got confused on the opening times. There's like one of them said like 6:15 and the other some 7:30, and I was like, well, can they make up their minds? And at that.
Yeah, I know one guy that did go there. He says he had sold oddball things, but he wasn't the stuff he wanted to get sold, couldn't get his hands on. You know, nobody wanted it.
Yeah, I heard on one of the area repeaters, 145, 170. I don't know where that's at. I'd have to look it up. Some guys that's been up there, and they were talking about. They were kind of disappointed that there was no vendors. And I'm like, okay. They said, well, we didn't have no vendors. Yazoo, Kenwood, and Icon wasn't there. And I'm going like, well, they're not really vendors. They're the company, and vendors would be like, you know, HRO or Gigaparts or something like that. But they said there was none there. And they was a little disappointed, you know. So, I don't know. But like I said, I didn't go. And it was still kind of caught. One of those guys that they talked about, they went in, looked around, they went back outside, and then they decided it was too cold to stand around outside, and they left. And I was thinking, yep, it's too cold to be standing around, because it's cooler up there than it is here. You know, probably about 5 degrees, and they get the most. I don't know. But I was busy around here today. I got out and aired up the tires and all both my trucks out there. I was surprised they were down at 30 pounds. The new one's got to have 41 in them all the way around, and the other one has 35. I always try to put 36 in them. And so I was out there doing all that. And starting up another car and building the battery up and then letting it build up and stuff and letting it run and then parking it back on the patio.
fooling around with the leaf blower a little bit and stuff. And the time I got done, it was pretty much getting dark. So I don't know what little piddling I did out there. It took a pretty good little while.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, I think at that Ham Fest, I wouldn't expect any manufacturers to show up in Cave City. I mean, we were even Huntsville pandemic, even a couple of the big manufacturers didn't show up for that. But anyway, anything else for the net, Carla?
I guess not, I reckon. And, I don't know. The last time I went to Huntsville, though, so one more little thing, they pretty much had, gigaparts and HRO there. That was, I think that was last year, the year before last, when I went. It kind of built back up, and it looked more like it did back before the pandemic hit. Everything was kind of more out in the center, and whenever they had the pandemic and stuff, they just spread everything out along the walls. And it was just like a great big hole in the middle. And so it's kind of normal down there for that. And so I don't know. And that one's closed and quick too. I can go down there and come back. Usually be back here about 2:30, 3 in the afternoon or something like that. So no big deal. Well, I'll set it up that way you can see for some more people out there. Everybody talked enough that somebody might have showed up. So anyway, we'll turn it back over to you, Paul, Katie, for VW.
Yeah, very good. That's Carl in Angeltown area. That's Kilo Delta 4 Victor Uniform Whiskey. Who else out there? Anybody?
WB0 and I will.
Oh man, just laying back, aren't you? How you doing, Mark?
Very good. Laying back.
Oh, hold on one second. I got that was I know that. Hold on one second. I think that's Michael. Mark, what's up?
Oh, not much. Just a little late getting here, and I heard you winding it down.
Oh yeah, we're just calling for the. When you hear that lurkers, lollygaggers, and sandbaggers, we're stretching.
Yep. Well, I don't really have anything to add. I did get to talk to Robin this morning. Must have been about 5 o'clock in the morning, and I hadn't gone to sleep yet, and he was up and out of there.
Yeah, he didn't come back with any big loads of cash because the stuff he really wanted to sell, he didn't sell.
Yep, I understand. Well, I think Tullahoma is next week or something
like Carlin. I'm gonna stick with like Huntsville, and mine's gonna be closer though because I've been to a couple of times over to Florida in February. Of course, there so it wasn't so tough, but Huntsville and the Wilson County one's good enough for me.
Yep. Well, have a good evening. I'll be listening. WB0 and O.
Very good. That's Mark. He's in Northwest Wilson. That's Whiskey Bravo 0 November. Mike in there?
Well, it's already said on you, Mark. He's involved in anybody up on that.
Ah, very good. That's where you'd be in the front end.
I'm enjoying today. What's left of it?
Yeah. It didn't rain at all that I'm aware. It rained before I got up, I think. And so that was the only rain I saw.
There was a little bit of drizzle just was left for breakfast about 5 o'clock this morning, 5:30, and it was a little drizzle. Even when we come out of the restaurant, about 6:30, give or take, it was still drizzle, but it didn't last much longer after that.
What were you doing up that early?
We normally meet for breakfast on Saturdays about 5:30, and go out and do what we got to do to repeaters or those or whatever, and we all met for breakfast, and they headed to the Ham Fest, and I headed back to the house.
Oh, so you did go to over there to Cave City?
No. They did, I didn't. I came back here and stuff.
Okay. Yeah, quite a stretch from, not that it's a stretch. I think it's probably about a 90-minute drive up to there for Cave City, and I think it's too small to drive for 3. Well, not nothing, but I'd rather go to the local one.
Well, Cave City's nice. I've been to it before in the past, years ago. I was not going back to it again, but maybe one of these years. But right now I can't afford it, and if I'd have went, I'd have bought something that I would have regretted. And
Hey, did I hear you say, or I think Carlin mentioned it, I think you may have told me that before, that you've got one of the Kenwood 440 SATs?
440S. It's got a dot problem, and right now it's in the retirement room.
Okay, yeah, because you mentioned something about that, and I wasn't sure the status, because I probably will be sending mine out. There's a guy out in, I think it's Colorado, that he specializes on radio.
If you got his address, I wouldn't mind having it. Get some funds because I want to send mine off here. Right now, I'm sitting here with a Kenwood TS 120S. I've been playing with it ever since.
Okay, I will. I'll keep that in mind, and I got to put that together. In fact, I want to call him to make sure that he's still active. It's been a year or so since I heard about him, so we'll see. I'll let you know.
All right, cool. Paul, and appreciate what you're doing, and again, we'll say hello to everybody else, and send me a good rest of the night.
Very good. That was Mike, Kilo 4 Victor Victor Alpha in Hendersonville. Did I get that right? Of course I did.
Yep.
Sometimes I forget these things. Anyway, Kilo 4 Victor Victor Alpha, Mike in Hendersonville. Who else is any place anywhere?
Comment.
Hey, go ahead.
Paul, on that 440, have you watched any of those videos up on YouTube about that radio?
Not recently, no. So it's probably been a couple years.
Yeah, there's one that's like 7 or 8 parts up there, and that's one, and I think it's that where he goes in and it's like over 700 and something solder joints he had to redo.
Wow. He was a busy boy, wasn't he?
Yeah, if yours ain't got the dot, that sounds like it's the VCO's got the problem. That seems to be a common problem. There's like I can't remember how many's in there, but it's VCO number 5. Apparently, is the most one it breaks down for some reason, but that don't eliminate it from being one of the others. But it seems like they're always going to VCO 5, and they actually take the metal shield out from around it off the board and remove all the parts, clean all that wax out, and then reinstall the parts. It's like I told you the other day over on Simplex down up on the upper end. It's a very intensive, labor-intensive job to get those things straightened out.
Yeah, it's only 40 years old. I don't know if it's worth that much work, Yeah, I will. I'm gonna figure it out though. What I got to do. Anyway, thanks for that input there, Carl. I'll have to look at that website. Who else we saw? Any place, anywhere? Please come in. No more lurkers, lollygaggers, sandbaggers, end time survivalists, flat earthers. Kevin, you out there? Flat earther.
Whiskey 1 Tango Delta Sierra. K1 SPD.
Hold on there, Scott. You got Whiskey 1 Tango Delta Sierra. I don't think you've called in before, have you?
Not with this call sign. I got my new vanity call sign this week. It was Kilo Oscar 4 Tango Foxtrot Bravo before.
Okay, and the name, I'm at a loss here.
The name is Tony.
Oh, okay, very good, Tony. Gotcha. And you're located?
I'm in Hendersonville.
Okay, very good. You got a nice clean signal. What part of Hendersonville are you in?
I am on the south on the bad side of the tracks, as they say, in between New Shackle and Old Shackle.
I kind of know where that is. You're not too far close to the river, are you?
I'm closer to the hospital. If you know where the hospital is, I'm less than a mile from the hospital, just off Vietnam Vet.
Oh yeah. I've been to that hospital. I know what you're talking about. They sent me all the way up there for an exam. I couldn't from here, and it seemed kind of silly because there's other places to do exams.
Yeah, I wouldn't take my dog to that hospital. I broke my ankle when I was about 19 years old, right down the street. Drove myself with a broken ankle and a stick shift all the way to Vanderbilt.
Oh wow, that doesn't sound good. Like I say, it sounds like you had a really bad experience.
Maybe.
Oh wow, that's too bad. You'd like to think they'd be better than that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, but it just doesn't happen, unfortunately. It really is unfortunate.
I worked in a hospital. I've never worked in more than one hospital. I was working in oddly, I say oddly, it's where I was working. Not too odd, but it was a women's hospital, an OBGYN hospital. So I learned more about OBGYN than I cared to because I was head of the maintenance and physical plant area. But every hospital, you can find nightmares about it. I assure you. I've heard I've heard of a bunch of them, not around here. I hear people complaining about Vanderbilt, and I've heard people complaining about other institutions. But I think it's hard not to have problems because so many of these hospitals have residents that aren't up to speed.
That, and it's just, you know, these days it's all about saving every little, do everything you can to save every little penny. You start cutting corners, and equipment doesn't get fixed or maintained like it should, and bad results, and you know, it just goes down from there.
Yeah, I imagine. It's hard. I don't like to hear that myself. I'd like to think that hospitals were up to speed since I used to work in one.
Copy that. Unfortunately, I hear horror stories from my wife. She's a nurse, and I hear those every day from her.
Oh, okay. She doesn't work at that one though, right?
She does not anymore. She did at one time. She's worked at several of them around here. She's at the VA hospital now, so that is what it is.
Oh yeah, where does she work at the VA? Because that's where I go now.
She's on, I think, or something like that. I'm not exactly sure.
Oh, she's in patient care upstairs. Is that what?
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah. I was up there once, and I don't know, a year ago in November for after surgery. So I was only there for a day or so. So it wasn't a nice place though. Those upper floors, wherever, I don't even know what floor. Very nice.
Copy that. They do their best.
Yeah, it's your tax dollars.
Yeah, no comment.
I know. Anyway, anything else for the net, Tony? It was good to have you in.
I appreciate you guys being out there.
Very good. That's Tony. He's in Hendersonville on the bad side, he says. And I'm not sure. I never saw a bad. I wouldn't know what that is. Whiskey 1 Tango Delta Sierra, Hendersonville. Anybody else? Any place? Who else? Did I hear somebody else in there? Oh, there it was. It's, K1 SPD. I have to work on my short-term memory here, Scott. You doing okay?
Yeah. No, okay. Yeah, doing fine.
Oh, very good. No new antennas?
No, I'm really happy with my 40-meter vertical loop antenna, and it's done real well for me this weekend.
Now, refresh my memory. That's the loop you built with a wire, right?
Yeah, it's a Delta loop, horizontal. Well, I participated in this contest business yesterday, not for points or anything, of course, just for contacts. And yeah, well, from Japan to Moscow.
Oh, wow, that's awesome. Must have been pretty good conditions. Well, a lot of people are on the air too, but you had a good time hearing everybody?
Oh my goodness, if the bands were like this year round, it'd be 10 million hammers.
No, there'd be 10 million hammers out of work.
Isn't that the truth? All right, carry on. K1 SPD.
Very good. That's Scott in Laverne, Kilo 1 Sierra, Papa Delta. Normally checks in at the end of the race with the lollygaggers, lurkers, and sandbaggers. Who else? Anybody else? Any place, anywhere? We're almost done. Anybody? Now we're going for SDR donglers, scanner listeners who have to email or text me. Or what am I missing? It's got to be something else we're missing here. I mentioned the flat earthers, but that's it. All righty, we had a whopping 17 in here tonight. Seems to be our average is right hanging in between 17 and 22 or so. Recently, we're going to move right over to where are we going to? 144.240. That's where we're going. So we'll meet you all over there. 144.240. We'll see you then. K4P. I am here on 144.240. This is K4PW. Net control. Who else we got on 144.240?
KM4YRF.
KM4YRF. Well, let's start. We'll start from the east, I guess, since that's where Michael started. Michael here, Mount Juliet, KM4YRF. Who else is east?
KK5S.
Yeah, very good condition. You sound good. Well, it's not too bad. On upper side, I keep forgetting the upper sideband at 2 meters sounds good. You sound good, Kerry. That was Kilo 5 Sierra in Baird's Mill. Who else is east? Up to the north.
84 VW calling Angeltown Bethpage.
In there, Kilo Delta 4 Victory Uniform Whiskey in Bethpage, Angeltown area. Who else is where was I? North.
Whiskey 1 Tango Delta Sierra.
You sound really good there, Tony. There's Tony, Whiskey 1 Tango Delta Sierra. He's in Hendersonville. Who else is north? North or west? West, please come now.
Kilo Delta 4 Charlie Victor Echo.
Very good. Did you trip going and run into the radio there? It sounded like you were rushing over to the radio.
Down.
Very good. That's Kilo Delta 4 Charlie Victor Echo. He's in Antioch. Who else is west?
KG4 LV.
Yeah, right. Very good. I wondered where you went there, Jack. Kilo Golf 4 India Lima Victor with a big C. I don't know, it's funny. We don't have the noise here on Sideman.
Oh, it sounds good.
Yeah, it sounds great, really. I still think we ought to just do a big, well, we wouldn't get as many check-ins, I don't think, on upper sideband. That's the only problem with sideband. Anyway, that was Jack, Kilo Golf 4, India Lima Victor, Ian Donaldson. Who else is west?
For Tango Yankee Juliet Jim South Camp County.
Yeah, very. Have you done anything with your loop and all? Sounds like this band's been pretty good in the last few days.
You talking about my HF loop?
Yes, yes. I mean, was it a good deal? I mean, were you good conditions? I haven't been on.
Oh yeah, let's see. One night about night of work in Germany on 40 meters. Yeah, it was probably 12:10, 12:15 a.m. and working 40 meters was good. I was on it to 40 meters, jarhead net in the morning. So yeah, it's been working out well. Doing good.
Cool. Good. Well, you got the fortunate to have that full size loop. Hopefully good for your location. Anyway, that was Jim in Woodbury, Kilo Echo 4 Tango Yankee Juliet with a big signal on 2 meter upper sideband. Who else? West or south?
K1 is speeding.
All right, we got Scott in there. Sounds real fine. And Delta. Anybody else? Any place, anywhere? Anybody copying any stations I can't hear?
I heard everybody you did tonight.
Oh, awesome. Awesome. Yeah, conditions are really, upper sideband on 2 meters really cuts through everything, you know? Or I should say it seems to. Anyway, anybody else, any place, anywhere? All righty, we had 9 upper sideband on 144.240. We're moving right over to 50.135. We'll see you there. All right, I'm going. This is K4PEW on 50.135 Juliet Radio Net, Simplex Radio Net. Who else is there? Who is, well, we'll start from the actual place we're supposed to. South, please come now. Ah, very good. Got you in there, Scott. A little low, but I got a full copy on you. And Scott's in Laverne. Who else is, wherever I was? South? Nobody else south? How about east?
KM4YRF.
Very good. KM4YRF, Michael in Mount Juliet. Who else is east? Over to the north. I'm going to have to remember to get Kevin to send, and maybe a couple of people over there, start texting them to get them to show up. Because I know Kevin's home. Who else is east or north? No north. Carlin, wake up. Over the west. All right, I got 2 in there. Joel, KO4OTV, in West Ashland City. Sounds good. Who else was the other station? KG4ILV. Okay, got you in there. A little lower than I think normal. You tell me again your antenna you're using on 6 meters? I mean on on 6 meters. Which antenna are you using on 6 meters, Jack? Oh, that's right. It's the Moxon. I would expect that would do better. I don't know why. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. Because I'm horizontal and your Moxon's horizontal, isn't it? Okay, very good. I would just expect it to be a little better than that. Maybe it's just an elevation issue. Yeah, very good. That was Jack. Kilo Golf 4, India Lima Victor in Donaldson. He's on a 6 meter Moxon. You can look that up, MOXON, if you don't know what that is. It's just a 2-element beam that's made a little differently. And I've used a Moxon before, but only on 2 meters and 70 centimeters. Who else is? Very good. We got Greg in there with a big 6 meter signal. You're using the vertical, aren't you?
No, I've got my antenna 54 feet, 9-to-1 by 1 thing. But it works well on about 6 different bands. So.
Yeah, excellent. No, you got a real good signal there tonight. I'm impressed.
Yeah, you've been our connect on 6 meters has been good the past couple weeks.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, it must be something I'm doing. I have no idea why it is. Anyway, that was Greg, Kilo Delta 4, Charlie Victor Echo in. No more 6 meter connections here on the 50.135. Please come now. A whopping 6 in there tonight, if that's what it is. Because I'm going to move over to 223.415 unless I hear somebody. All right, we'll close out the net. We had 6 on 6 meters. Appreciate everybody being there, and we hope to hear you over on 223.415 someday if you're so inclined to do so. There's no requirement to do so, but we have a lot of fun over there. It's our secret frequency. All right, you guys have a good night. K4P then. Hello. Is there another check-in? I could swear I heard somebody talking in there. Hello, is there another station out there? Yep. K4PW, closing this portion of the net. All righty, K4PW, net control for the 223.415 section of the. I got to take off the AC net when I'm using the 2 meter.
KM4, well, all right. KM4.
All right, we got myself, KM4YRF, UW, and KD4CBE. Anybody else?
KG4.
All right, we got Jack in there. Kilo Go 4 India Lima Victor. Anybody else?
K1SPD.
You hear me, Scott?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, very good. Are you copying there? Oh, that's a beam issue, don't you? I get it. That's the only problem with beams are great if you're only talking in one direction, or you have a rotator. But I wish they had a. Yeah, very good. Yeah, it's good for like I said, point to point stuff, or if you work in different directions, But for this kind of a wide open net, it's kind of tough. Well, if you're only wishing to talk to, you're going to point it toward net control. And I've seen some guys try to follow, the north, south, east, west protocol, but I think that gets.
Yeah, this rotator I have a problem. Oh, I don't know. It looks like that big light on the controller here. That's probably 50 years old.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Well, usually those things hold up pretty good in spite of their elderly status,
Yeah. All right.
Very good. That's Scott in Laverne. You're the one, Sierra Papa Delta. Anybody else have anything for the net? busy night here. It gives us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So wow, that's funny. We had 5 on DMR, we had 4 on D-Star, we had 5 on C4FM, we had 5 on 223.41 on 6 meters. It's not. I mean, it's not terrible. It's just a little lower activity than we used to have. And then 9 on 6 meters, which isn't unusual. Some days are better than others. I'm not worried about it. I don't think anybody else is worried about it either. Anyway, anything else before we jump out of here?
Yes, I have a comment.
Yeah, go ahead, Mike.
I sent you and Greg a short video with my little CW gadget.
Yeah, okay, very good. Looking forward to it. I kind of wish everybody was on Signal. You know, that makes it a lot easier to transfer images and stuff.
I love Signal.
As they say, once you're married.
Well, I like the fact that they make you ID every now and then.
On the phone, they do. On the they don't on the app on a PC. But you have to update the software. It seems like every other day. I'm not sure how they do that. Why they don't allow have some kind of a. I guess they just use it's an ID specific to your on a PC specific to your IP address. I guess.
Yeah, I would imagine. So, have you ever?
I think I have made a donation on Signal.
Yeah, I have too.
Because I also made one when I was using Telegram. Or Telegram? Which one is it? Telegram? Telegram.
My phone just a few days ago.
I'm sorry, say again?
I said I just got the Telegram app on my phone a few days ago.
Okay. That was pretty decent. That one's decent, but supposedly that one is also encrypted, I think, isn't it?
I believe it is.
Like it matters, really. I mean, who's going to be wanting to listen to my text?
You're mine either.
But somehow a lot of people like that encrypted issue. Of course, that raises the next question. I thought that was even the under government stuff. Can you encrypt any message you want? Is that legal? I guess it is, isn't it?
I'm really not sure.
I mean, you can't encrypt on ham radio stuff, but I guess you can in any other kind of communication, texting or email or, what we'd have code rings, for figuring sending messages.
I remember those days of codes back in school when we'd come up with a code, we'd give it to whoever wanted to have it, send messages back and forth.
I wish I could have taken a picture. When we were in Vietnam, we had code wheels. I say we. The communication guy I watched them use. I didn't have to use it. And I guess it was a senior petty officer or the officer, I don't recall. But for our radio messages that were not, because some messages were sent through cryptography. They were coded really big time. And I never messed with that. But the radio messages, the routine radio messages that we use for just regular kind of tactical stuff between, there was about 70 ships in the Tonkin Gulf when we were there. And so in order to get on net control to pass a message, you would use the encrypted method from the code wheel, which I didn't write it down. I was just transferring the messages using, it was just using letter, it was 5 characters per segment, and we just did 5 at a time. It was boring as all get out, but it was all done on one of those little silly code wheels.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Well, it changed on a daily basis. So if anybody figured it out, they'd have to figure it out every day what we were saying.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, we didn't ever know what we were doing anyway. All righty, anything else for the net guys? And I'm going to bug out early. It's going to be 1 hour net. It's 8:59 and 8 seconds to go. So you guys, everybody have a good night. Appreciate your participation. Hope to hear you on the air. K4PEW.
K4PEW. Good night, Jack.
KG4 Good night, everybody. KG4 out of